Good afternoon, we are Group 6. We will be doing Area 5, Advanced Materials for Clothing in this project. We will mainly focus on metal yarn fiber clothes.
We are turning our beautiful ocean into a landfill. There are around 8 million metric tons of plastic marine enter the sea every year. They are floating around the sea and have bad influence to the sea. Animals will put them into their mouth, and it cannot provide any nutrition. Some animals will die and are affecting the food chain in the ocean. This ocean doesn't seem to be attractive to everyone as well. As we can see, there are many different types of garbage floating in the sea, so let's take a look at the distribution of the ocean waste. Many of them are plastic, like plastic bag, plastic bottle, and plastic cup. They are around 2.8 million metric tons per year. Also, there are glass bottles, paper bags, and some food containers, which we are used commonly. But the most item found in the sea is cigarette, which means we are affecting the ocean. Parts of the mismanaged plastic waste will then turn to plastic marine, and they will stay in the ocean. This is a distribution of the ocean waste produced by different countries. Let's take a look at plastic marine. China produces most pollution. It's around 3.5 million metric tons. It is estimated that Indonesia produces 1.3 million metric tons. The United States is also responsible of polluting ocean with plastic, but at a much lower level than China. The living environment of the fish will be destroyed. They are forced to find a new place which is far from the garbage. Let's take a look at the diagram. The distribution of the fish are getting more concentrated, but in the deep sea. The number of species is getting lower and lower. The reduction of the fish affects the livelihood of the fisher. Some waste will put animals in danger. This picture is talking about the threats to the animals by the waste. Many of them are entangled by a fishing line, like birds, turtles, and fish. Also, they will be trapped by a plastic bag, so that they cannot swim freely. Plastic bottle is another trap for fish and frogs. Let's take a look at the real example of the hurt turtle. There is a wood stick in the turtle nose, and the turtle cannot take it off by itself. Around 50% of sea turtles ingest the ocean waste. 100 million animals die in plastic pollution. Also, this bird is contaminated by the plastic waste. These chemicals are ingested by animals in the ocean. This is not good for humans, because humans ingest animals as well.
Based on the existing example for making clothes with ocean waste, many clothes are commonly made in waste plastic today, as plastic is the mainly ocean waste that pollute our environment. The recycled plastics used to make clothes is aimed to protect the environment as it is environmental friendly. Let's take Adidas as an example. Adidas has continued its collaboration with environmental initiatives partly for the ocean by creating a Manchester United Football Club kit from recycled ocean plastic. The sportswear shows that here is designed by them, which is brand, which is worked with environmental organization to create kit from ocean plastic to highlight the issue of marine pollution. Even about that is the problem is totally solved by using only plastic made clothes. The answer is no. Not only plastic is the waste from ocean, but also metal-made products are also the main also the main source of the ocean waste. In this project, to further improve our environment, we try to use recycled metal products to make clothes with our daily lives. So we are going to design a process for how to make the clothes from recycled metal and estimate the cost and also with some calculation of demand.
Now, let us talk about how to collect the waste from the ocean and take out what we want. The instrument shown in the video is used to collect the ocean waste as we see that. It is consisted in two parts. The upper part is above the water and the lower part is under the water. The mechanism is that first, create a closed line which can concentrate the plastic bottles and aluminum cans, which those waste are floated on the ocean, and take it out. The system consists 600-meter long floater and 3-meter deep scalar thread below. The floater blocks the plastic float on the water, while the scalar blocks the small particles. On the other hand, the sea animals can safely pass the lead below the scalar. The whole system is carried by three elements: the wind, wave, and current. The system and aluminum can are carried by currents. However, wind and wave propels the system only. After the volume of the ocean waste is collected, the waste is transported to the plant and undergo the separation to take out what we need. How does the aluminum can be transformed to the metal yarn and produce our products? We will undergo the yarn producing process with the raw aluminum materials. The aluminum will mix with the material making the polymer fiber to produce the yarn, in which it undergoes such kind of industrial process such as repainting, filter, and spinning. Finally, it dries up and becomes our product, metal yarn. With the property of metal conductivity, the sportswear we produce by metal yarn can boost the evaporation of sweat, quickly lower down the body temperature to provide a cool feeling to the athletes while doing the exercise. In this sportswear, we use around 80% metal yarn mixed with 20% normal yarn to produce it. By following the AAPCC garment standard, the weight of the sportswear is controlled in 0.1 gram per 100 cm square unit of the garment. Let's see what is the advantage of this metal sportswear.
There are many disadvantages and advantages of using ocean waste to make clothes. As for the advantages, using waste to make clothes can reduce the amount of rubbish in the ocean, which is the pollution problem, and reduce the damage to the sea. The huge number of waste cause a big pollution problem to the sea, as some of the waste like metal are harmful to aquatic life. It is fatal to sea animals when they swallow some waste. The waste will affect the pH value and quality of water, which also affects the aquatic life. Moreover, it can reduce the greenhouse gas as the material of the clothes are no longer inorganic and non-biodegradable. The production will be more environmentally friendly. The process uses recycled material like aluminum cans to make clothes. In long terms, recycling minimizes the global warming. Recycling process involves minimal combustion, and the waste is transformed into reusable materials with zero or minimal harmful impacts on the environment. The whole process of processing and manufacturing products from waste materials emits few greenhouse gases because the various recycling industries burn little fossil fuel. On the other hand, the cost of recycling will be higher, as the clothing companies have to hire workers to recycle the materials and the waste. However, it is not easy to collect certain waste in ocean, and therefore this is why the cost of recycling was more. It provides low-quality jobs. The process is labor-intensive, and even when the manpower requirements is high, the kind of work involved can lead to low enthusiasm and poor quality of life, because the pay is also low. Apart from that, good products are not guaranteed. Some of the recycled material are overly utilized and fragile. The durability may be low as well as the endurance of the clothes. Also, it is hard to change the thoughts of the people to buy clothes that made from the waste. That's all of the advantages and disadvantages of using ocean waste to make clothes.
And now we are going to discuss about how our project benefits to the society and the current problems. There are tons of different kinds of garbage nowadays in the ocean. Plastic, food, bottle, bags. But as our project is focusing on metal fiber, then we will just consider the amount of metal garbage like beverage cans in the ocean. According to the data in the internet, there are around 34,000 beverage cans in the ocean. Each of the beverage cans weighted at 0.0165 kg. Then there will be 5,600 kg of metals per day. Assuming that we would like to produce 10,000 t-shirts per day in our project, the content of the t-shirt will be 80% of metal and 20% of fiber, in a total weight of 0.4 kg. And if we do some calculations, we can find out that 0.32 kilograms of metals are needed to make a t-shirt. By doing further calculation, we will know that we need 3,200 kilograms of metal in order to produce 10,000 t-shirts per day. And now we know the amount of metal we need to produce 10,000 t-shirts per day, and the amount of metal collected in the ocean per day. Then we can divide the amount of metal needed by the amount of metal collected. In the result, we will get that around 57% of the metal in the ocean are reduced to produce 10,000 t-shirts per day. Besides the environmental impacts, as we are also making a business, we would like to do some accounting on the economic analysis on our project. By subtracting the selling price per unit with the production cost, we can get the profit we made in this project. First, we would like to set the selling price in the basis of per day as $50 per t-shirt. For production costs, we estimate a budget of 300 million per 2 years, including all apparatus like System 001, textile machineries, all fixed cost, variable cost, and labor costs. After simple calculations, we can get the production cost on a basis of per day as $41 per t-shirt. At last, we can know that by selling one t-shirt, we can get $9 profit. However, our project is not mainly about making money. We concern more about how our project benefits to the society and the environmental problems. The most important approach of our project is to save the environment.
So to sum up our group project, we have discussed the issue of ocean waste, which pollute our environment. For example, how many ocean waste produced annually and which type of them is mainly produced, and how to the ocean waste pollute the environment. So we based on the issue, we need to provide a solution. That so we first need to define which ocean waste we choose to make clothes. The statistics show that many clothes made by plastics, but is that the only solution? We think that it's not the only solution to protect our environment. So we think that our metal also the ocean waste. So we try to use the recycled metal to make clothes to further improve the environment. We also, so based on the proof of solution, we have designed a process and with some calculation. For example, we shows that how to extract the metal from ocean and show the main process of making clothes. So for example, we mix the metal with the fiber so people can be wear it. And we show the cost and the demand of the public. So we have discussed the pros and cons of our solution. So that thank you for your watching our video. Thank you so much.